There is a story we often tell ourselves about how change happens. We imagine it as a slow, gradual process, like the turning of the seasons. We believe our future is shaped by a long, accumulating sequence of events, a river of time carrying us inevitably toward a predetermined sea. But what if that isn't quite true? What if the most powerful currents of our lives are not born from a slow accumulation, but from a single decisive moment, a moment of clarity, of courage, or perhaps even of quiet surrender? A moment when we make one choice. We tend to underestimate these moments. We see them as isolated incidents, simple forks in the road. We choose the salad over the sandwich. We choose to take the later train. We choose to send the email or to delete it. These choices feel small, insignificant in the grand scheme of a life, but they are not. Each one is a vote for the person we are becoming. Each one is a seed planted in the soil of our future. A single choice, to be honest, when a lie would have been easier, can alter the entire trajectory of a relationship. A single choice to reach out, to be vulnerable, can open a door to a connection that will sustain you for a lifetime. A single choice to walk through a door of opportunity, even with your knees shaking, can lead you to a room you never knew existed, a room where your future was waiting for you all along. These choices are powerful because they are declarations of intent. They are the physical manifestation of a thought, a desire, a value. When you choose to walk away from a situation that diminishes you, you are not just leaving a room, you are declaring your own worth. When you choose to begin a project that scares you, you are not just starting a task. You are affirming your belief in your own potential. The future is not a distant country we are passively traveling toward. It is a structure we are building every day, and our choices are the bricks. Most of the time, we are laying small, ordinary bricks. The choice to be kind, to be diligent, to be patient. But then there are those pivotal choices, the cornerstones. The choice to forgive, the choice to commit, the choice to let go, the choice to begin. These cornerstone choices set the foundation for everything that comes after. They redefine the architecture of what is possible. They don't just change the path, they change the destination itself. So, the next time you are faced with a decision, however small it may seem, pause for a moment. Recognize the weight you hold in your hands. That choice is a tool. It is a brushstroke on the canvas of your life. We are captivated by the narrative of gradual, inevitable progress. We envision our lives as a river, flowing steadily and predictably toward a distant ocean, shaped by the consistent, gentle force of its current. This view is comforting. It suggests that our future is the natural and almost automatic result of our past, that time itself is the primary architect of our destiny. It allows us to believe that small missteps are inconsequential, that we can always correct our course tomorrow, and that grand transformations require grand, sweeping efforts that we can see coming from a mile away. This perspective, however, is a profound misreading of how human destiny is actually forged. While the passage of time provides the canvas, it does not paint the picture. The true artists of our future are not the days and weeks that pass, but the decisive moments of choice that occur within them. Change is less like a flowing river and more like a series of locks and dams. For long stretches, the water level may seem constant, the scenery familiar, but then we arrive at a lock, a pivotal decision point. The gates close behind us, and for a moment we are suspended in a confined space. Then a choice is made, a gate opens, and a torrent of water either raises or lowers us to an entirely new level, revealing a landscape we could not have seen from our previous position. We are then released into a new stretch of river, with a new current, a new speed, and a new direction. The one choice to open that gate did not just alter our path, it fundamentally changed our elevation and our entire perspective. These pivotal moments are often deceptively simple. They do not always arrive with fanfare. They can be quiet, internal, and intensely personal. The choice to finally speak a difficult truth after years of silence. The choice to forgive a deep wound and release its hold on you. The choice to commit fully to a person, a project, or a path, closing the door on other possibilities. In that moment of decision, the entire architecture of your future shifts. The choice to act with integrity when no one is watching sets a precedent for your character that will influence countless future decisions. The choice to take one small, terrifying step toward a dream creates a new reality where you are the kind of person who pursues that dream, making the second step infinitely easier. This understanding liberates us from the feeling of being passive passengers on a journey we cannot control. It places the reins firmly in our hands. It means that you are never truly stuck, because at any moment you have the capacity to make a different choice, a choice that can serve as a master key, unlocking a door to a future that was, until that very second, hidden from view. The power to redirect your life does not require a Herculean effort over many years. It can be activated in the space of a single breath, a single thought, a single courageous yes, or a long, overdue no. The future is not a pre-written script we are performing. It is a story we are authoring, one pivotal choice at a time. We often fall into the trap of believing that only the monumental decisions truly matter. The job offer across the country, the marriage proposal, the large financial investment. We reserve our mental energy for these rare, dramatic crossroads, viewing them as the sole architects of our destiny. In doing so, we overlook the profound power embedded in the fabric of our ordinary days. We fail to recognize that our character, our habits, and ultimately our future are not carved out by a few grand gestures, but are meticulously constructed by the countless small, seemingly insignificant choices we make from the moment we wake up. Each of these minor decisions is a quiet, yet powerful declaration. It is a vote cast for a specific version of the world and a specific version of yourself. When you choose to wake up 10 minutes earlier to gather your thoughts, you are casting a vote for a future of intention over reactivity. When you choose to respond with patience to a frustrating situation, you are casting a vote for a future where you are governed by peace, not by impulse. When you choose to read a book instead of scrolling through a social media feed, you are casting a vote for a future mind that is deeper, more focused, and more creatively nourished. This process is the psychological equivalent of compound interest. A single dollar invested is meaningless, but a single dollar invested consistently, day after day, grows into a substantial fortune over time. In the same way, a single choice for health, for learning, or for integrity may seem to have no immediate payoff. But its value compounds in the hidden account of your character. Each vote reinforces a neural pathway, solidifying a behavior into a habit and a habit into an identity. You are not just deciding what to do, you are deciding who you are. The person who ends up achieving a long, held goal is not someone who made one magical choice. They are someone who, often without fanfare, made thousands of small, correct choices that all pointed in the same direction. The writer who finishes a novel is the one who chose to write a few hundred words on days they felt inspired, and more importantly, on days they did not. Each of those writing sessions was a vote for their identity as a writer. The athlete who wins the race is the one who chose the extra stretch, the healthier meal, the earlier night countless times. Each was a vote for their identity as a champion. Therefore, to underestimate the small choice is to misunderstand the very mechanics of building a future. The grand life-altering crossroads are rare, but the small daily polling stations are always open. You are voting every hour with your time, your attention, and your actions. The future that awaits you is simply the tally of all these votes. It is the sum total of the tiny, daily declarations you have made about what you value and who you believe yourself to be. The masterpiece of your life is painted not with a few broad, dramatic strokes, but with thousands of small, deliberate, and consistent dots of color. We often think of our values and our identity as fixed internal states, beliefs we hold in our hearts or stories we tell about who we are. We say, "I am a kind person," or "I value honesty," but these statements remain abstract, floating in the realm of intention until they are tested by action. A value that is never acted upon is merely a preference. An identity that is never asserted is just a wish. The bridge between the person we believe ourselves to be and the person we truly are is built, plank by plank, with our choices. Every time you are faced with a decision, you are presented with a profound question. What do I truly believe in this moment? The gap between what you say you value and what you actually choose reveals the truth. You can tell yourself you value health, but the choice between the elevator and the stairs is a tiny, physical manifesto of that value. You can believe you are a compassionate person, but the choice to make eye contact and truly listen to someone who is speaking, or to hurry past them, is a live demonstration of that belief. This is why choices are declarations. They are not private thoughts. They are public pronouncements to the most important audience you will ever have, yourself. When you choose to walk away from gossip, you are not just avoiding a conversation. You are declaring, I am someone who builds others up. When you choose to apologize sincerely, you are declaring, my integrity is more important than my ego. When you choose to create something, a meal, a report, a piece of art, with care and attention to detail, you are declaring, my work has meaning and I have something of value to offer. These declarations, made repeatedly, become the foundation of your self-concept. You are not defined by what you hope to be, but by what you consistently do. A single choice to act courageously might feel like an anomaly, but a second and a third choice in the same direction begins to form a new pattern. With each repetition, the declaration becomes louder and more convincing until your internal narrative shifts to match your actions. You are no longer trying to be honest. You are an honest person because you have a long and consistent record of choosing honesty. This transforms the weight of decision, making from a burden into an opportunity. Every choice, no matter how small, is a chance to reinforce the person you aspire to be or to course. Correct toward that ideal. It is the active, ongoing creation of your character. You are the sculptor, and your choices are the chisel. With each decision, you are either carving away the parts that do not belong to your true form, or you are carefully shaping the masterpiece of your highest self. The future you inherit will be a direct reflection of the thousands of tiny declarations you made along the way, each one whispering, and then finally shouting, "This is who I am." We often speak of the future as if it is a distant land we are destined to visit, a pre-written story whose pages we will one day turn. We use passive language, "My future awaits," or "I wonder what the future holds." This mindset places us in the role of a tourist or a reader, passively observing a narrative that unfolds independently of our will. But this is a profound abdication of our most fundamental power. The truth is far more active and far more demanding. You are the architect of your future. And your choices are the bricks and mortar from which it is constructed. An architect does not simply hope a beautiful building will appear. She begins with a vision, a dream of form and function. Then she makes a series of deliberate, sequential decisions. She chooses the foundation, the materials, the layout. Every single choice, from the type of steel in the frame to the placement of a window to catch the morning light, contributes to the final structure. A poor choice of materials can lead to weakness. A brilliant design choice can create a space that inspires for generations. The building does not materialize out of thin air. It is built, choice by conscious choice. Your life is this construction site. The vision is your purpose, your deepest values, the life you feel called to live. And every day you are on site, making decisions that either align with that blueprint or contradict it. The choice to save a small amount of money is laying a brick of financial security. The choice to learn a new skill is installing a window of opportunity. The choice to end a toxic relationship is demolishing an unstable wall to make room for something new and sound. Conversely, the choice to indulge a harmful habit is using shoddy materials that will compromise the entire structure. This perspective makes you the active agent in your own life. You are no longer waiting to see what your future will be. You are too busy building it. The feeling of being stuck is often the feeling of having stopped making active, intentional choices that move the construction forward. It is standing on an unfinished floor, looking at a pile of bricks, and waiting for someone else to come and lay them. But the tools are in your hands. The power to place the next brick, to make the next choice, is always yours. Therefore, the quality of your future is not a matter of luck or fate. It is a matter of the quality of the choices you make today. A magnificent cathedral is not built with a single dramatic gesture. It is built with thousands of well-chosen, well-placed stones, each one laid with care and intention. Your future is your cathedral. It will be strong, beautiful, and enduring not because of a lucky windfall, but because of the daily, disciplined, and courageous choices you make to build it according to the grand, magnificent vision you hold within you. You are not a tenant in your life, you are the architect, so pick up your tools. The blueprint is clear, and the next brick is waiting. We live in a culture of postponement. We treat the present moment as a waiting room for our real lives, which we believe will begin when the conditions are perfect. I'll start when I have more time. We promise ourselves, I'll make a change after the holidays or once things settle down at work. We operate under the illusion that the future will offer us a version of ourselves that is braver, more disciplined, or more free, a self for whom the right choices will be easy. This is the great deception of procrastination. It convinces us that the power to shape our lives lies in a tomorrow that never actually arrives. The antidote to this lies in a radical understanding of time. The future is not a destination you journey toward. It is a consequence you pull into existence from the present. It is not a distant shore, but the wake created by the ship of your current actions. The only moment you ever truly possess, the only point in time where your will has any tangible power, is the present moment. It is the singular, fleeting, and infinitely powerful point of action where the abstract becomes concrete, where intention transforms into reality. Every choice you postpone is a surrender of your agency. You are handing over the keys to your future to a hypothetical version of yourself who may never show up. The you of tomorrow will be just as human, just as susceptible to fear and comfort as the you of today. The only difference is that the you of tomorrow will have the additional burden of today's regret and inaction. The muscle of courage atrophies when not used. It does not spontaneously strengthen with the passage of time. Therefore, the urgency we must cultivate is not one of panic, but of profound presence. It is the recognition that the right time is a myth. The perfect alignment of circumstances is a fantasy that keeps us paralyzed. The true power to change your trajectory does not exist in the theoretical space of next week or next year. It exists right now in the choice you are contemplating at this very second. The decision to send that difficult email, to make that affirming phone call, to spend 30 minutes on your passion project instead of in passive consumption, these are the levers of destiny. To wait is to gamble with your one precious life. You are betting that the future will be more accommodating, that you will be more capable, that the risks will be smaller, but the future makes no such promises. All it guarantees is that the choices you failed to make today will become the regrets of tomorrow and the unchangeable facts of your history. The courage you need is not waiting for you down the road. It is accessible to you in the quiet, decisive now. The power to choose bravely, to choose authentically, is not a resource that needs to be accumulated. It is a capacity that must be exercised, and the only gym that is open is the present moment. Step inside. The waits are waiting.